I'm going to different websites to see how they're spinning what happened. So CNBC, Cruz-Sanders split Super Saturday decision. That's fine. That's good.
Fine.
That's good. Fox News.
Well, it's actually not fine. First of all, it makes it sound like it's Cruz versus Sanders and they split the decision.
Right.
Yeah.
Second of all, if you get past that weird phrasing, you might think that they both split, which actually Cruz did split with Trump, but Sanders did not split with Hillary Clinton. He won.
So Fox News has breaking news. Ted's night. Cruz wins Maine, Kansas GOP caucuses. Trump wins Louisiana primaries. Dems split as Sanders takes Nebraska. Clinton wins Louisiana. Somebody please call 911 and look for Kansas because nobody knows where it is.
It's gone.
Kansas was called an hour and 20 minutes ago. I don't even know how long ago.
It was the first one called.
So
I know.
No, but wait a minute.
I don't even understand.
No, but understand what John just did? Isn't that amazing? I mean, we told you they would do this. They've done it in a fashion that is more unbelievable than what we predicted earlier in the night.
Yeah.
It was more
Like, they
egregious.
literally left out the Kansas win in order to call it a split between Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders.
MSNBC
We thought that they would be subtle about it, right? They're just like, no, we literally won't count Kansas. We won't put it in the
They
headline.
put a tarp over Kansas. No one can see it for the next week or so.
Fox News took Kansas out. Washington Post took Kansas and Nebraska out.
Out. Well, here's what they say, Phil. You have the Washington Post article about it. You have to wait till the fourth paragraph before they mention Bernie Sanders. And what they say is, meanwhile, Bernie Sanders defeated former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton in Kansas and Nebraska caucuses. But, this is the next sentence, but Clinton's forceful projected win in delegate-rich Louisiana keeps her vast delegate lead for the Democratic Party's nomination intact. That's all they said, and they moved on again back to Trump.
That's got some spin on it. I mean, look, Louisiana does have more delegates than either Kansas or Nebraska individually.
100% spin, Johnny.
Yeah, it is spin, but I mean, look, it's fine to say it's more important to win Louisiana big than to win either of the other big. You can say that, and she won Louisiana bigger than he won either Kansas or Nebraska. So
that's also
overall, that's better. That's fine to say, but it's not fine to just pretend that Kansas doesn't exist. I understand. I go months without thinking about Kansas, but you're writing up an article that people are going to be reading.
Yeah, and it's the dismissive attitude, et cetera, is more problematic. I'm with John. If they said, look, Louisiana has more delegates and she won more votes there, but Bernie Sanders wins too, keeps his momentum, at least in those states, et cetera, that's a fair depiction of how it happened. But given the headline and given the way that they wrote that paragraph, that's not how they describe it.
I would probably mention as well that if we're going to get into the game of, we knew they were going to win that state, everybody knew that she was going to win Louisiana comfortably. We did not know that he would win definitely Kansas, I believe Nebraska as well. I'm starting to get the polls mixed up in my head, but there was, I believe in Kansas's case, there was only one poll, and it showed her up by 10. But for some reason, winning the one that she was going to obviously win is more.
I'll give you one more example, okay, of how. Now this one can't be tested because it didn't turn out this way. But if she had won Kansas and Nebraska, the headlines would not have been dismissive or split or anything. I understand it wouldn't have been a split, but even if it was a split, like he won Nebraska, she won Kansas, right?
Yeah.
The headlines would have been Hillary Clinton wins big, unexpected win for Hillary Clinton. Bernie Sanders nearly wiped out, right? Et cetera, et cetera. So if that would be the headline, if she won, how come it doesn't matter at all that he wins?
Yeah.
It's endless. It's endless.
So here's how, this is unfair reporting, what they're doing. It's completely, you're turned to the newspaper for them to say, hey, you know what the candidates say, and it's all kind of bullshit. Well, here's what it really means. You need someone else now to take the newspaper and do that with the newspaper. You see what the newspaper's doing? Well, it's all kind of bullshit. Here's what it really means. Because here's what they're saying.
That's our job.
So they're saying, this is Washington Post, in the Democratic contest, Sanders is facing down questions about how much longer he can realistically stay in the race with Clinton's prohibitive delegate lead. Okay, she only has a prohibitive delegate lead if you count Howard Dean. Right? If you count super delegates, which is the most undemocratic thing in the world, and lots of Democrats are screaming about it. They go on the list. She has 1,066 delegates, including superdelegates, to his 432. And then they don't explain what the hell that means. Meaning that the people voting, she doesn't have a lead in that. She has a lead in delegates handpicked by the elite of the party. That's what they don't say that. They leave that. That's like the most important part of that sentence, and they leave it out, and they make it look like, again, Bernie Sanders never close, no momentum. Here's a guy who didn't even have a campaign this time last year. He's winning 2 out of 3 states today, and they don't even mention it like that. It's worse than we could have ever imagined, and that's why. Well, who gets their news from YouTube?